Good evening, one and all. We'll begin the session by 5:30.
Good evening, sir. വെച്ചോ ഇത് മുഴുവൻ കാണില്ല എനിക്ക് Nair sir, good evening. We will start the function at 5:30.
Good evening.
Okay.
Madam. Yeah, ready, no problem.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Um,
Good evening, one and all. The most anxiously awaited occasion of magazine release, Sparkle 6.0 2021, is finally here. On this precious day, we are witnessing a proud moment in the history of Electrical and Electronic Students Association of School of Engineering, CUSAT. I'm much delighted to offer a hearty welcome to everyone gathered over here. Sir, Chief Guest, Sri.ACK Nair, Airport Director of Cochin Airport, Dr. George Matthew, sir, Principal of School of Engineering, Ma'am PG Leda, Head of Division of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, as well as the Faculty Advisor of EESA, and all other dignitaries and our teaching facilities, and also my dear friends. I'm really honored. I'm really honored to announce that this is the sixth edition of the magazine, part of a platform for students to showcase this technical soundness and exploration of creative innovation, an area to compete, excel, and grow ourselves. This is indeed a precious moment to recall the past. Thanks for what we are today and to keep ourselves motivated and, and increased in the years to come. I once again thank every distinguished guest, teachers, and my dear students for spending your time and having, in spite of your heavy schedule, and marking these hours with your glorious presence. Let's begin the formal section by evoking the blessings of Almighty. Now, let me invite Dr. PG Leda, Faculty Advisor of EESA and HOD of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, behind all the successful saga of this magazine, to deliver welcome speech. Please, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Fiza. Respected Chief Guest of the Day, Sri.ACK Nair, respected Principal Professor Dr. George Matthew, Senior Faculty Members of School of Engineering, my faculty colleagues and staffs in our division, beloved alumni members, and my dear students in Electrical Engineering Division. A warm welcome to all of you for the official releasing of Sparkle 2021. I am extremely happy to see that even though all the academic programs and extracurricular activities in our campus have got affected adversely by the prevailing pandemic situation for the last several months, Electrical Engineering Association, EESA, could organize many events during this period with the strong support and guidance from the alumni of the division. The official release of Sparkle 2021 is going to be another major achievement of EESA. Sparkle is the official in-house magazine of Division of Electrical Engineering. Ever since its inception in 2010, Sparkle continues to be a knowledge-sharing platform which helps to showcase the variety or varied creativity and talents of students in the Electrical Engineering Division. Today, I am happy that as the magazine releasing function is going to be conducted in an online platform, alumni members who have contributed a lot for EESA and Sparkle are able to join with us today to be a part of the official release of magazine releasing function. And they are attending the function from different parts of the world. I'm so happy about it. Now, considering the time limitation, let me proceed to my formal duty of welcoming all of you to the function. First of all, with great pleasure, I cordially invite Sri.ACK Nair, Airport Director CIAL, for the function. Sir is basically an electrical engineer by profession and has been serving in this role from 2004 onwards. Nair sir's visionary leadership helped the CIAL achieve many major milestones and various international awards. As all of us know, Kochi Airport has become the first fully solar-powered airport in 2015. Following this, in 2016 and 17 also, the airport received several awards in the international level for energy conservation, productivity, and infrastructure. The highest recognition was received by CIAL in 2018, which is the Champion of the Earth Award instituted by UN. Nair sir has played a pivotal role in all these accomplishments of Kochi Airport. In addition to all these professional achievements, Nair sir is also known for his impeccable character and as a great human being. When I contacted, sir has readily accepted our invitation to be the chief guest for the magazine releasing. Of the EESA team, the students, faculty and staff, I wish to extend a warm welcome to you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome our principal, Professor George Matthew, for the function. Sir is always with us with full support in all the activities of the division. The division wholeheartedly welcome George Matthew, sir, for the function.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Now, next, our warm welcome for our alumni members who are the main strength of our division. They have always been there to support us, to support the students in all the academic and extracurricular activities. My hearty welcome to all the alumni members who have accepted our invitation and joined for the function with us today. Let me also welcome all our senior faculty members who are there today to bless this occasion. Last but not least, I welcome all my faculty colleagues, staffs, and my dear students for the function.
Thank you so much, ma'am. With great honor and respect, may I invite Dr. George Matthew, sir, our beloved principal, for the presidential address.
Chief guest for the day, Mr. A.C.K. Nair, Airport Director CIAL, Head of the Division of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Dr. Leda PG, faculty colleagues, staff, alumni members, Chief Editor of the magazine, Ms. Nimi, and dear students, a very good evening to one and all. I am glad to note that the Electrical Engineering Students Association is releasing its 6th edition of the magazine Sparkle 2021 today. In this context, I would like to quote what Einstein said once. He said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited, imagination encircles the world. A magazine is a showcase of activities during the year and a platform to give wings to the imaginations to our energetic young writers and future engineers. It also disseminates the seeds of imagination and thoughts which will take root and fructify as it reaches the fertile soil of the reader. I'm sure that this magazine has assumed its rightful role of depicting the activities of our institution, as well as the creativity of our young future engineers who have the potential to step up and transform their powerful imaginations to reality. I congratulate the editorial board, the faculty, staff, and all the weavers of dreams who have endeavored to make this magazine a reality, even in the present pandemic situation. I'm sure that their sweat and toil will leave an indelible footprint in the sands of these prestigious institutions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. No event cheers without an inauguration, formal inauguration, and thus may I invite Sri.ACK Nair, Airport Director, for the magazine release of Sparkle 6.0.
Most respected Dr. George Matthew, Principal of School of Engineering, CUSAT, and Madam Leda, Head of Electrical Engineering Division of CUSAT, dear faculty members, alumni of CUSAT School of Engineering, and my dear students. I'm having immense pleasure to participate this function and to inaugurate or release the magazine Sparkle published by the School of Engineering, Electrical Engineering Division. I'm very happily release this magazine.
Thank you, sir. Now we'll go for the YouTube video release of the magazine. Going through some of the pages of our magazine, Sparkle 6.0 2021. This is how much they have put their hard work for the magazine. Hope everyone can see the pages. Thank you so much. Now I invite Sir.ACK Nair for the guest talk.
Okay, it is very happy to see the magazine which has come up very well, and lot of articles and literary creativity has been showcased in this magazine. And when I'm seeing this, actually, this is giving some nostalgic memories for me, dragging me almost few decades back when I was studying in CET, College of Engineering, Trivandrum, when we used to publish some magazines like that. At that time, we don't have the infrastructure to release the magazine like this in EEE Magazine or even printed magazine or something like that. So what we used to make is, we used to publish the handwritten magazines. We all write and sit and write and draw and then publish the magazine to showcase this our creative attitude. So always what is very important to mention that the magazine symbolizes the creativity of the engineers. So when the literary creativity, when it is our mind, this is a very primitive or the first stage of creativity or creativism in our mind. An engineer always, I believe that an engineer is always a creative man or creative woman, or I used to have a creativity attitude always. So he should be a creator. An engineer has to create something. So whenever some students, when I used to come for doing some project in airport, I used to ask them what project you are doing. Some project is okay. We used to learn or make a study project, but I used to advise them. That is not the project of an engineering project. An engineering project, an engineer has to make something new or build something new, then only it will be an engineering project or engineering model. That's the way engineers has to come up. So we know that the engineering fraternity is facing a lot of advancement in the area. So thus they have to face high competition also in the in our world now. So latest engineering adventures is when we have studied in the colleges like engineering college in 3 to 4 decades before, or maybe some of your senior faculties when they are completing their engineering courses in the colleges, the situation was not like that. I mean, especially in my case, I am hailing from a remote village of Trivandrum, where I studied my electrical engineering without electricity in my home. I studied engineering with the kerosene lamp. That I used to proudly say, because after my engineering studies in 84, 85 only, I was the first person to organize a team from my village and try to get electricity in my village, and almost electrifying more than 200, 300 houses in that particular village. So that was the situation when we are studying, but that is not the present environment or present engineering field. So a lot of advancement is there. When you are taking now, which has when we are learning engineering, we used to study the things in analog engineering, electrical engineering system. Then we are studying the digitization of the principle, or the primary digitization of the system. And now you know that the cloud, I mean, the continuous digitization is the process now in our world is witnessing that. Everywhere, every field, we are going to digitization. And this is a major advantage in that. And I completed engineering, we have not seen a proper computer in the stage, what the desktop or even a computer or something like that. I learned Fortran for computer language using the punch card input devices and one primitive computing machine. So that was not the field, and that was not the scene now. A lot of advancement is there. So how an engineer has to grow or consider their mental ability or mental growth in achieving or learning this particular environment and preparing themselves to compete with the world. So that is very important. See, when you are taking the last 4 decades, what are the advancement, especially in the field of electrical and electronics engineering system? There are so many advancement has come in other field of engineering also, but majority has come in major changes is in the electrical and electronics engineering and the computer science, etc. So when we are coming for the world, and day by day the systems are changing. Cloud computing in stage. Now earlier, when a computing system is to have, we have our own server in our own premises, and huge cost has to be involved for purchasing the servers, and then we have to maintain the server and all like that. Now nobody should have a server now. You have a cloud computing system, server will be based in any part of the world, and whatever program, whatever systems, whatever computation we have to do, we can very well do that. That is a stage now. Similarly, the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, when we have started in the airport, and when we started the CCTV camera, the closed circuit TV cameras, and when we are going for checking the market for the artificial intelligence in early almost 10 years back or 15 years back, it was a very new system at that time. Now the software linked artificial intelligence is very, very common now. And especially in airport, artificial intelligence is having a very role and interpreting an image which is laying idle in some part of the airport terminal, and which may be a security threat in after a time. Somebody is coming and keeping a bag in some important part of the terminal and simply leaving out. So we have to identify that bag is how long it is keeping there, or who has kept there and all. So there is a video analytics methods and artificial intelligence incorporated into that. So that system, even I witnessed last 40 years, a major, tremendous change in the technology area which is undergone now. See, because maybe my young engineers or the new engineers who have been studying for the colleges or maybe coming up out from the colleges, you may not be witnessing this much drastic change in the engineering field for maybe next 20 or even 20 years or 30 years. But that is a generation of our generation what witnessed the drastic change onto that. When we started our airport in 1999, we don't have mobile phones at that time. You have only land phones. And land phone is also not that much common. And for getting a land phone, we have to wait even 3 to 4 years after application for getting a land phone, we get connected. When we started 99, 2000, the land phone, the mobile phone has come, and the big mobile phones, which with the small, with the lengthy antenna, and we used to use initially. So you see the digitization process happened, or the nano technology when it is coming to that, and what is the size of the mobile phone what we are using now. That is the changes happening in the technical world. So my advice to my young engineers is that you always keep updating. You keep always acquire knowledge. You always get more and more new informations, new advancement, and update yourself in your studies as well as when you are coming out of the colleges in the career also. Otherwise, you will be outdated. You will not be recognized by your people, or you will not be recognized by your subordinates. So you have to update your knowledge in day by day. That is the situation now, not like maybe this was not the area, or not what the condition almost 2 decades back or 3 decades back. So that is the important. And you may not get all these things, all this knowledge, all this transfer of knowledge, all this sharing of information. You may not be always getting from your curriculum, because curriculum, we know that the curriculum will be developing or implementing maybe after a gap of 1 or 2 decades. Then which has to be continued for so many years. The curriculum committee or curriculum changes may not come very frequently, that new subjects or new syllabus will not be implemented at all or introduced at all. So then what is, as an engineer, our role is we search for the information, collect the information, learn the information which is relevant to our field, so that always we will be updated to the present the world. So that is one of the main points I have to stress upon to my engineering students. Then always another point what I have to mention is that then you think differently. You should not go to the beat on the bush and whatever is happening now, we have to go behind that. You think differently. Always you think differently and try to do different things always, and not in the common fashion or the situation which is followed by all. So whenever certain people are being done differently or think differently, only they will be recognized as achievers in the world. So for example, the great example I have to highlight is our own airport, Cochin International Airport itself. A person, a dynamic IAS officer at that time in 93, 94, he thought differently how an airport can be built up. But the government was not able to fund for the project. He thought differently, and at that time everybody has been blamed him on saying that it is a wild idea, it is an unworkable idea, and it is never going to be happen. He put up an idea to the chief minister saying that we will build an airport in collecting money from the public. And nobody is thought of that. But this is an idea, just like the great visionary APJ Abdul Kalam Saab said that you dream and then work for the realization of the dream. So that's why he worked hard to make, and we are also joined together with him, and whatever direction he directed us, we are worked together, and finally we achieved the goal. And we achieved this. And when in our Kerala, when Kerala is totally in a in a bad shape regarding the solar system. There were some allegations, corruptions, and blaming the politicians during the because of the corruption and also court cases, and when this happened, we think differently. Our MD, Sri.ACK Nair, has thought differently. And why can't airport can be sustainable by developing own energy through the solar panels? You never thought of everybody. Anybody. So initially we do some trial pilot projects, and the real result of the pilot project was very, very good. And then we thought in 2015 itself, we thought that why can't we develop our generate our total power supply through the solar plant. At that time, the consumption was around 48,000, 50,000 units, and we installed around 13 megawatt solar plant. Average generation from that is around 4,000 unit per megawatt, and that was producing around 52,000 units. We become fully solar powered airport, and become and we have been a surplus producer in that. Later, whenever our demand increases, we are going adding solar plant. It depends on our demand. Now, Cochin International Airport is one of the biggest producers than KCB in Kerala. Now, our total installed capacity is 40 megawatt solar plant, and we are producing daily around 1.6 lakh units per day average. And our consumption is always less than that, almost 1.2, 1.3 lakh units. So why I told this, this is always when you are thinking differently, when you are doing differently, the world you recognize. The engineers, I always feel engineers have to develop a mentality in that thinking differently, and then achieve something on or through the different way of thinking. So then always we should, as an engineer, we should always apply our analytic mind. So we always believe that engineers is having a very good analytical mind, and he has to analyze the various options and various the data and figures, then before arriving at a solution. And when we are applying our mind and clearly on analyzing your various options, situations, and all, the solution which you arrive, or the solution of the problem what you arrive, is always to be the right thing. So that is, we have to apply our mind onto that, develop a mentality on analyzing the situation before jumping into a first conclusion, which could maybe right or wrong in future. But when you are really exercising your analytical mind, your conclusions will be always right. So, and moreover, an engineer, when you are working as an engineer in any of the organization or any of the field, you may not be a standalone person in that organization. You may have to force to lead a big team under you. Then how you are to act, or how you are to motivate your team? How do you take along with your team with you? When you have to be successful, you have to get the thing done by others. You may not be engineer. You should know that the technical, the know-how of that, or you have to know how to do that particular work. At the same time, the ability of an engineering manager is that always to get the work done through your subordinates, and for that you have to have a proper communication methods to them. You should have a leadership quality for that, and you should have a motivation mentality to motivate your team. Then only you will not as a successful engineer in your career. So this is also one of the aspect of my engineers to keep in mind when you are entering into the world of your profession or in career. So these things will always make you a perfect engineer in the world. And I always, and earlier I already mentioned that your mind should be always open. Listen to the various options. You should be a learner. Always you should be a learner. I made in the first itself that you have to open your mind, your eyes, your ears, and your mind is always to open. to accept suggestions. You hear the suggestions, and the learner is always a listener. Should be. You not be a dictator always. You should listen to the others. There are maybe options. There may be technical people will be always around you. They have to listen to them. Maybe some foolish idea will be suggested by somebody. You listen to that. If that may not be accepted, we can throw away and go for the next options. But he always should be a listener and a learner also. A good learner should be a good listener also. Then an engineering manager or engineer is concerned, his integrity and honesty should be very much important. A role of identifying his personality. Integrity is very important. First of all, you should have technical integrity. Technical integrity means you should not do any mischief in an engineering system unknowingly, but unknowingly some mistakes will happen. So whenever any new engineers are joining with us, I used to give them first advice. Mistakes will be tolerated, but not the mischiefs. What is mischief? A mistake, if it is repeated again, it has become a mischief. So mischief cannot be tolerated in anybody or any organization. So you should not generate any mischief, because your integrity should be of the topmost for an engineering solution, working on an engineering solution or an engineering system and all. But always, because as we say that in engineering, technology or technical solution is there. Maybe 2-3 options are there, but there will be one successful solution onto that. But you can't dilute on the solutions. To maybe so many, when they are coming into the field, so many influences are there. Maybe so many the biasing may come on to you. Or so many people will try to honor you, but you should be always stand for the integrity or the honesty of the system. And the technical man never, I believe that a proper technical man never can do any mischief in his profession. So that is very important, and honesty also. And maybe so many influences may come. So many people try to influence you for their own benefits. But you remember that the engineer should not dilute in their profession. If you are diluting your profession, you will not be successful. You will be caught at any time, or you will be has to answer the further questions or answer the problems what you because of that which has been happening or otherwise. You know that so many technical systems are failing, so many solutions which is arrived is not become successful because some dilutions happen somewhere. Maybe some are not applied their proper mind onto that, and maybe somebody has been influenced into do something on some benefits. That is why these failures are happening in the system. But a right engineer never lean or to do such type of incidents or such type of the abusement of his profession. That is, I used to say the word is abusing his profession. Should not be there at all. And then that utmost sincerity has to be shown. And any work, and an engineer may not be getting directly immediately after the college, you may not be getting the proper choice of profession even you are coming out from the college. But when you are showing the sincerity in your profession, your growth will automatically will come. You will become successful engineering. And that is from my own life, I experienced that also. And I am getting a small, when I worked so many, even before getting a regular profession, I worked in so many areas, so many fields, so many work which an engineer not supposed to do, because I have to do. I have to survive, because when I'm coming out of the engineering college, not immediately nobody has given job for me, not like just like the campus selection now, which has been is happening in most of the professional colleges now. It was not there at that time. And I came passed out in '84. In one of the major employer of Kerala is Electricity Board. It is called the selection only in 88, 87, 88. And before that, I already done so many job, and I got another job also in ever. But you, whichever job you are getting, or whichever profession you are entering, or whichever career you are selecting, or because of your destiny, you are forced to work in that career, but you are be at most sincere into that. If you are a peon, you should be a sincere peon in that, in working with that. So then your growth, your career progression, your career growth automatically will come in line, and you will become a successful engineer. I'm telling you correctly, engineer itself in a due course of time. That is always your destiny will come on automatically. So these are the some of the few advices I had to give to my future engineers or young engineers who will be coming out of the college. And moreover, it is very happy to note that this is the 6th edition of Sparkle, which is coming out from Electrical Engineering Division of College of Engineering and CUSAT. And I think good campus. Sometimes I used to move through your campus to my when I'm returning from my from office. So it is very nice campus also, and I wish all the very best for the for the entire electrical engineers, and hope that so many successful engineers will come out from the from this college, and maybe good great personalities may come out in the future when we are there or not. I think you will drive our world or drive our India to further heights. I'm very clear on to that. Thank you. Thanks once again to Madam Leda, who has given me an opportunity for this function, and thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your sincere words and your kind advices. Now let us move on to the editorial team. We have a well-equipped and hardworking editorial team to release this, who released this Sparkle 6.0. So first of all, let me welcome the chief editor, Nimi, for her words.
Good evening, everyone. It's actually great to be among friends and kindred spirits. My name is Sri.ACK, third year AAA student of SOE CUSAT. As the editor of Sparkle, it brings immense joy to me and those who work tirelessly behind it. We tried our best to make sure this piece of work helped to sum up our journey in CUSAT. With enjoyment and pleasure, we put forward the next dynamic piece of creativity, freedom, self-expression, enthusiasm of our year's work in our annual magazine, which is an amalgamation of the year-long work of talented souls, along with a blend of unique taste from each one who had contributed for this magazine. Sparkle is more than just a magazine where the potentials, talents, and vision of our department get reflected. With clear direction, open and honest communication, and by team trust, we had achieved this. I do believe teamwork is pretty much important because of the problem-solving synergy gained from multiple minds. To be honest, our department is blessed with efficient faculties and alumni members who can guide us through the right path. A big thanks to Lada ma'am for her advice and guidelines from the beginning at every single stage of making Sparkle. I heartily thank Akhila Chechi, who was the chief editor of Sparkle 2018, for putting faith on me for this creative work. It is a matter of great pride for me being a part of our magazine. My thanks to all our esteemed members of the editorial board and student executive members for their cooperation and support and putting in their best in bringing out this. The part by our alumni members is incredible, especially Soni Chetan, Harish Chetan, Nikhil and Ranjit Chetan, and so many alumni members who helped to bring out the best. It indeed resulted in sparkle and positive energy within us, and we hope this association continues for a lifetime. I'm very happy to work with Roshan Chetan, chief designer of our magazine, who is actually an extraordinary artist. His hard work, patience, and creative mind had a big space in our results. And my co-editors, Tamanna and Mithuna, two passionate people whose contribution to this magazine is prodigious. I'm sure in coming years, my dear juniors can do much more than this because there are so much multi-talented people among them. From the bottom of my heart, I'm thanking all my dear faculty members, alumni members, EESA executive team, the media team, creative team, and each and everyone I'm thanking for all your support. I sincerely apologize if I have missed out on somebody. Thank you and have a good day, guys.
Thank you, Nimi, and also congratulations for your work. Now, I would like to welcome Roshan Paulos, designer of Sparkle 6.0.
Okay, thank you. Respected our principal George Matthew sir and our chief guest CIAL Nair and led the miss and other teachers. അതിൽ തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ഈ മാഗസീൻ്റെ ഒരു പാർട്ടാകാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വളരെ ഒരു ഭാഗ്യവും അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ വലിയൊരു സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. കാരണം നാളെ ഈ കോളേജിൽ നിന്ന് പോയാൽ നാളെ ആരെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ ഈ മാഗസീൻ എടുത്ത് നോക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മളെ കുറിച്ചൊക്കെ ആലോചിക്കാൻ ഇതുപോലെയുള്ള വർക്കുകളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ. ഈ ഒരു മാഗസീൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ വിജയം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റിലെ ഓരോരുത്തരുടെ കോൺട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ തന്നെയാണ്. അത് വലിയൊരു വിജയത്തിലേക്ക് മാറ്റി. പിന്നെ എടുത്തു പറയേണ്ട ആൾക്കാർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇതിന്റെ ചീഫ് എഡിറ്ററായ നിമ്മിയും പിന്നെ കോട്ടേഴ്സ് തമന്യും മിഥുനൊക്കെയാണ്. അവരുടെ വലിയൊരു ഹാർഡ് വർക്ക് തന്നെയാണ് ഈ മാഗസിൻ ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ആക്കിയത്. കാരണം നമ്മുടെ സ്റ്റുഡൻസിൽ നിന്ന് അവരുടെ ഓരോ പോയംസ് ആയാലും റൈറ്റിങ്സും ഒക്കെ കളക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് കറക്റ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ആണ് എൻ്റെ കയ്യിലേക്ക് PDF ആക്കിയിട്ട് അവർ തന്നത്. മറ്റേ എഡിറ്റ് വർക്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിലും ഡിസൈനിങ് സെക്ഷൻ ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ ഒപ്പം വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന എൻ്റെ ഒരു കസിൻ ബ്രദർ ഉണ്ട്. ഞങ്ങളൊക്കെ കൂടി ഒരു 1.5 ആഴ്ച വർക്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് ഈ ഒരു മാഗസിൻ ഇങ്ങനെ പുറത്തിറക്കിയത്. എന്നെ സംബന്ധിച്ചോളം ഒരു ഡിഫറെൻ്റ് എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് തന്നെയായിരുന്നു ഈ കോളേജിൻ്റെ മാഗസിൻ ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. എന്നെ കൊണ്ട് പറ്റാവുന്ന രീതിയിലൊക്കെ ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെന്ന് ഞാൻ വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ഡിസൈൻ കണ്ടിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ ടീച്ചേഴ്സും ചീഫ് ഗസ്റ്റും എല്ലാവരും നല്ല നല്ല അഭിപ്രായം പറഞ്ഞു. അതിൽ വളരെയധികം സന്തോഷം തോന്നുന്നു. ഇനി വരും കാലങ്ങളിൽ ഇതിനേക്കാളും നന്നായിട്ട് മാഗസിൻ ഇറക്കാൻ സാധിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് ഞാൻ ആശംസിക്കുന്നു. പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ കോട്ടേഴ്സായി തമ്മിലാണ് ഞാൻ ഇൻവൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യാണ്.
Thank you, Roshan Paulos. So Tamanna can speak.
Good evening, everyone. I'm one among the 2 co-editors of Sparkle magazine. It gives me immense happiness to be a part of Sparkle's editorial board. It was a great experience working for the magazine because it paved a way to a lot of exposure. By being in the editorial team, we were able to widen our vision and also broaden our networks. The era of Sparkle would have been impossible without the support of EESA and EEE department. So on this occasion, I extend my gratitude towards EESA EEE department and especially Lata ma'am for constantly encouraging and motivating us and for being the backbone for our whole team. And again, special mention to Nimi Chechi and Roshan Chetan. Nimi Chechi for being a mentor and constantly guiding us through the process, and Roshan Chetan for making the magazine look very pretty, presentable and eye-catching. Sparkle is a combined effort of a lot of people. So I take this opportunity to thank everyone who has done their bit to make the magazine the best. So Sparkle has been a good learning curve for the creative side in me, and I'm sure it served the same purpose for others who worked alongside me. I hope we did justice to the previous iterations of the magazine, and I wish the readers a pleasant reading. Thank you.
Thank you, Tamanna. Now I call upon Miduna, an editorial member, to speak up.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Miduna, co-editor of Sparkle 6.0. It gives me immense pleasure to be the part of Sparkle 6.0. As Tamanna mentioned, the experience we achieved working behind the Sparkle is immense. We were able to connect with a lot of alumni and also broaden our network. We had tried our best to make sure Sparkle helped us to recapitulate the eventful journey of EEE. It is a compilation specimen of each and every EEEan's creativity. Sparkle is not just the outcome of the effort put forward by a single person. It includes the immense effort put forward by each and every one of EEE department. I would like to thank EESA, EEE department, Lata miss, and all other faculties and my friends for supporting us throughout. Thank you.
Thank you, Miduna, and congratulations to the whole editorial team once again. Now, I would like to call upon Asha ma'am to facilitate the function. Asha ma'am. Okay, Asha ma'am has left the meeting. So moving on to the felicitation. To felicitate the gathering, may I invite the pleasant and familiar face to all of us, Akila, editor of Sparkle 2018-19. Akila, please.
Good evening to everyone gathered here. I would just like to say that we have this thought that with every year a college it improves in so much the ideas and the progressiveness of the minds that go through it. And just flipping through the pages of this edition, I really felt that, and I would just like to give out my cheers to the department, EESA, and the editorial board. And also, thanking you for joining us here today, Sri.ACK Nair sir, and the wonderful speech that you had told us. It's very humbling to hear about how you began out and then and now where you've reached. And there was a lot of great advice that all of us can take away from your speech, sir. Also, our principal for joining us here, our HOD, Lata ma'am, who was also a lot of support and encouragement while Sanup Etan, is Sanup Etan here? Sanup Etan and I were working on the magazine too during our year. Then it is very lovely to hear and see all of my former professors gathered here today to inaugurate the next edition of Sparkle. And of course, a lot of appreciation to the editorial board who has really put together something that is not just artistic, but also very deep technically. And I love how all of it combined together to showcase your talents and creativity. Looking forward to hearing more and seeing more iterations of our magazine in the future. Thank you for letting me be a part of this ceremony today. Thank you.
Thank you, Akila. So as Akila told, Sanu Betan is here. So Sanu Beta, can you please speak up? Are you there? Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, hi. So first of all, I would like to thank Lata ma'am, EESA, editorial team, and also ACK Nair sir for inviting me to this thing. And I know that, I would like to mention that it was Lata ma'am who has helped us so much regarding our past Sparkle 5.0. So without whom our magnum opus Sparkle could not have been, would have just been a dream. So it was her drive and determination that made it possible for us to release that magazine on the last month. So I had regularly had a call with her regarding that one for the past, in my last college days regarding this one. She has helped me immensely regarding this one. And I would like to congratulate the entire editorial team for bringing the Sparkle to fruition. And I sincerely pray that this initiative which we have started, which our seniors have started, Sparkle, in 2010, it will go on further through our juniors. And I sincerely hope that our juniors will be able to pull it off. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanu Beta. So we have Nikhil here. Nikhil, sir, if you're there, we would like to hear from you. Okay.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Respected principal, chief guest of the day, Anil sir, and our faculty members. It's a wonderful occasion that we are having the inauguration of the inaugural ceremony of the publication of our Sparkle magazine. The initiation of this magazine was taken place about more than 6 months back, because the editorial board had started collecting the materials and articles, and they had been active till 2 days back, because I believe that I was the last person to give the article, unfortunately. Sorry for the delays. But still, they have been showing a lot of patience, and I especially congratulate the editorial team, our faculties who were in charge of scrutinizing the articles and making this a wonderful book for everyone. And thank you. Thanks for this program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to call upon Ahmad Jassim, Secretary of EESA, to render the vote of thanks.
Hello.
Yes, Jassim.
I'm Ahmad Jassim from third year EEE.
Being the secretary of the EESA, I'm very happy in this occasion. A very proudful moment. First of all, I'm thanking everyone for this, making this a huge success. Okay, then let me get into my duty. First of all, I'm thanking our chief guest, Sri.ACK Nair, the airport director of CIAL, for accepting our invitation and making this moment very special for us. Thank you, sir. And also, thank you for sharing such an insightful information and your nostalgical moments with us. I talked about how to be a good engineer with ethical values. Coming from you, it means a lot, and it will be something very Triplean would be cherishing in their mind. And also, I'm happy that the magazine got released from you. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to thank our principal, Dr. Joe Matthew, sir, who presided the event, and thank you, sir, for your constant support throughout this venture.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our HOD, Dr. B.G. Lada ma'am, whose initiative and the constant feedback have helped us to make this happen. And thank you, ma'am, for being with us throughout this venture and for all support that you have returned to us. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I'm very proud to thank these guys. You are the key elements in this magazine. Thank you, all the editorial team. Big shout out to you. I know that a lot of hard work has gone into making this magazine. You guys have managed to transform a collection of articles, artworks, and many more into the memories for us. It's not just a magazine anymore, but rather a memory to our all college life, to core pulse of the Triple E. Thank you, guys. I would like to call their names: Roshan from fourth year, Nimi third year, Miduna and Tamanna from second year, who are in the editorial team. Thank you, guys. Also, someone in the back, Irshad, working on the YouTube channel, and Shazal Malavika, who worked in the media team. Thank you, guys. Without you, this wouldn't have been happened. And I'm moving to my dear friends and alumni. I don't know where to begin. I strongly believe that venture would only be successful without you. These articles and all those stuff would not be. So thank you, guys, for cooperating from the first. All the alumni members who give their articles and something on this magazine. Thank you, guys. Now I thank all the students and other alumni who are watching this event on the YouTube, and all those present in this meet. Thank you, guys. And for Akhil Chechi and Sanu Button and Nigel Atten for expressing their felicitation towards this event. And as a secretary, also I would like to say that this will be the last event under this event, under EESA CUSAT. So we will be making new committee for the next year, 2020, 21-22 batch. Thank you, guys. And also I would like to thank the EESA executive committee together making all the programs great. We have managed to make some wonderful event under the short lifespan. From last January 9th, we have started our journey. We couldn't conduct many more programs, but I think the program, some of the talks from Sajid Suleiman, our A2E3 secretary, then Nigilatan, who conducted talk for the first years, and something. And also we conducted transit online photography and videography programs. That's all. All those programs are a huge success. Also, thank you. And with this, once again, I thank all of them. If I didn't mention anyone, I'm sorry for that. Okay. With this event, with this word of thanks, I am officially concluding the release of the Sparkle Magazine event. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. The YouTube link for the live is put in the chat box. So if any one of you has missed out any session during the meeting, you can log in there and go for the live. So the formal session has come to an end. I use this opportunity to thank each one of you for sparing your very valuable time to be here with us. And we look forward to your support in the coming future. Thank you. Thank you so much.